You were taught that being kind would make people value you. So you became the reliable one, the understanding one, the one who says yes, the one who adjusts, the one who doesn't complain, and slowly something strange happened. The more available you became, the less respected you felt. People interrupted you. They assumed you'd handle it. They expected you to sacrifice your time. They got comfortable crossing your lines and you told yourself, "It's fine, I'm just being a good person." But deep down, it didn't feel fine. There's a quiet resentment that grows when you constantly override your own limits. Not loud, not dramatic, just a steady weight. You smile on the outside, but inside you feel unseen, taken for granted, replaceable. Here's the hard truth. Kindness without boundaries does not create respect. It creates convenience. When you are always available, you are rarely valued. When you never say no, your yes loses power. When you apologize for existing, people stop noticing your presence. This isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming clear. You don't need to be less kind. You need to stop betraying yourself in the name of kindness. There is a difference between being generous and being compliant, between being warm and being weak, between being helpful and being used. Most people never learn that difference. They think respect is earned through overgiving, through proving, through pleasing, through avoiding conflict. They shrink their voice so others feel comfortable. They swallow opinions so nobody feels challenged. They trade honesty for harmony. But harmony built on self-erasure is not peace. It is quiet self-abandonment. And people can feel it. Respect is not about how much you give. It is about how solid you stand. When your words are measured, when your tone is steady, when your limits are visible, when your no does not tremble, something shifts. People lean in differently. They speak to you differently. They think twice before crossing you. Not because you became aggressive, but because you became grounded. In this audiobook, you are going to learn something most people never practice. How to remain kind while being unshakable. How to speak calmly without sounding uncertain. How to say no without guilt. How to set boundaries early instead of exploding later. How to stop explaining yourself to people who never asked you to. You will learn how to detach from the need to be liked, because being liked and being respected are not the same currency. One makes you socially comfortable. The other makes you powerful. There will be moments when you feel the urge to soften your words, to add an extra apology, to over-explain your decision, to say yes just to avoid tension. That urge is old conditioning. You are not here to eliminate kindness. You are here to upgrade it. Real strength is quiet. Real authority is calm. Real confidence does not beg for approval. Imagine walking into a room and not needing to impress anyone. Imagine saying, "That doesn't work for me," without your heart racing. Imagine holding eye contact after you speak instead of looking down. Imagine helping people because you choose to, not because you're afraid not to. That is what changes everything. You can be warm without being walked over. You can be generous without being drained. You can care deeply without collapsing your standards. The world does not respect unlimited access. It respects clear limits. Over the next hour, you will reshape how you show up in conversations, in relationships, at work, in your own mind. You will notice the small habits that quietly reduce your presence, and you will replace them with behaviors that signal stability. This is not about dominance. It is about self-respect. Because once you respect your own time, your own space, your own energy, others begin to adjust automatically. They don't respond to your kindness. They respond to your certainty. And certainty comes from knowing where you stand. So if you have ever felt overlooked, if you have ever said yes when you meant no, if you have ever felt exhausted from being the good one, this is where that pattern ends. You don't need to harden your heart. You need to strengthen your spine.